My name is David McMaster, and this is Mac on Tobac. Mac on Tobac is commentary on the toll tobacco is taking on those dependent on nicotine from tobacco products, their families, and the community. Let's take a look at tobacco as a public health and social justice issue this time, with the government as a culprit. There is no visible, viable challenge to prevent more death from disease from tobacco other than our government. There are no competing products competing for tobacco's dominant market share other than tobacco companies competing with each other. Maybe if marijuana becomes another legal product, tobacco will have some competition. But tobacco companies would probably buy up the marijuana industry if pot becomes legal. The only voice we have to respond to the downside of these legal products is our government's public health and harm reduction programs. So we need our governments to step up and protect the people who suffer and die from tobacco. Instead, governments are cutting tobacco harm reduction programs while increasing tobacco taxes. Our government is not being the watchdog and public health protector it should be when it comes to the nation's responses to tobacco. Here's the truth of it. Smokers and other tobacco users are taxed heavily when they buy cigarettes or smokeless tobacco products. This is guaranteed government tax revenue in the billions of dollars every year. It is taxed guaranteed income because smokers and smokeless tobacco users are addicted to the nicotine in tobacco and can't or don't have the will to quit. Nicotine is a powerful addictive drug. The tobacco industry knows this, and our governments are partners in this annual death toll of more than 430,000 Americans. They all profit from tobacco addiction. Tobacco companies have millions of long-term reliable customers, and more of our children begin to smoke every year to replace the 430,000 who die from tobacco every year. Our governments have predictable tax income in the billions of tax dollars from tobacco sales every year. It's as if our governments conspire with their tobacco partners to kill nearly 500,000 Americans every year. They know that is how many will die from lung and other cancers, emphysema, and other lung diseases, and heart disease. These are all caused by the toxins, tars, and poison gases from tobacco, and look the other way. I guess they are okay with hundreds of thousands of deaths every year and millions more in the tobacco death pipeline. After all, tobacco products are legal and part of the American free enterprise market economy. So these annual deaths are apparently worth the tax income and profits tobacco produces. Until there is more public awareness of this sick partnership between our governments and the tobacco industry, or family member victims of death by tobacco form state and national protest organizations, death from tobacco will continue. We should not be proud of approving of death from tobacco and support it with our silence. This is Mac on Tobac, and we will continue our comments next time.